I am bullish on the company. I do think Tesla is a good company, and as self-driving autonomous vehicles or just autonomous vehicles as a whole continue to grow, then I do anticipate Tesla just continue to be the big dog in EVs, and that's simply just how I see Tesla right now. So I do think in the long term it is bullish. But with that being out of the way, let's hop right into the chart, the patterns, trends, indicators, and more. Okay, so you do see that we did break down from this descending wedge, which I did mark up in my last video. Right, we did break down from that. It was squeezing out very, very nicely, and I did point out this very bearish pattern over here, which we did bleed off, and ever since then we just really couldn't find a floor. I mean, we came down, respected that line once and twice, and then we broke down from it. And if I go to the 5-minute and just scroll over to that wedge, see that we had a little bit of a a bear flag or pennant, whatever you want to say, and that really started the trend of just bleeding off. So um, that is something to consider as well. And I do think there's bearish news. There actually was bearish news. So a lot of bearish things happened at once, and that did lead to this sell-off. But as of right now, there is still a pattern that is playing out, which I do want to point out. And as as funny as this might be, it is another descending wedge. So I don't know what it is with Tesla, but it really likes to do its wedge formations, right? The descending wedge. If I scroll out to the 4-hourly, see that there's one right here, right? And then we broke this one to the upside, and we got a nice rip, and another one right there. They really just keep coming. So if we do this again, and we break to the upside, that would be quite nice, and it is very beat down. If I go to the daily, you see that the price it's been having some real difficulties establishing that lower high right there. As we do have a high over here, and that one's lower than the other one. So preferably when we do get a rally, I do want us to get up to that. But this is the daily chart, so this might take months or a couple weeks to do. But generally, you want to see your stock in a lower high. Sorry, I can't talk. Higher high, higher low. Right, that is the definition of stair stepping. So if that can happen, then that will be quite nice. So with that being out of the way, let's hop over to the 1-hourly. So this descending wedge, it is forming out, and it is quite early, as it's probably about 50% within this wedge. I would love to see this wedge, just slowly respect this formation and just bounce around these lines, and preferably I would want to see it get in right there. I want to see it, oh, sorry about that. I want to see it get anywhere within this range before it breaks, as then, it'd be very, very primed and readied, and, it'd be a lot more respected. But as of right now, yeah, I just want to see this kind of squeeze out into the apex, and it is looking a little bit bearish on the 1-hourly. It actually does look like we might, kind of bleed off and slowly just play out within this till we want to make a move. But if we get a break to the upside, then you are looking at a price target of, it really depends where it breaks, but roughly 5% or so. So whenever this does break, depending on how long it plays out, that will have a roll as well, but an 8%, 5% move will be justified for this wedge. Right, if you do look at the RSI indicator, we went very, very low, extremely undersold off that wedge, and when we hit all the way down to 14, right here in this candle, we hit 14, and then immediately we shot right back with the price. But it was very short-lived, as we did consolidate right here, and the RSI was trending downwards, so that actually is some bearish divergence, right? And then we just slowly bled off, and yeah, as of right now, we're trying to gain that 9-day moving average, which is kind of batting us down on the hourly. We will see how that holds up soon. The 50-day moving average is right above it. It whacked us down right there, and it looked like it might have whacked us down right there, and we might continue to bleed off. But as of right now, I'd want to see us get above that green line and that red line, the red being the 9-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is this gray line as well. Then the 50-day moving average is this green line. So with all that being to the side, let's look at the MACD. You see that the MACD is curling down, so that's definitely not good. If we can contest this golden cross and hold it, that will be bullish, as a lot of buyers don't even buy into his stock if it doesn't have this little golden cross, the orange over the blue. And the bears want to see the blue over the orange, right? And on the daily, where you are in a death cross, it's actually it's very very wide. It wouldn't surprise me if soon we actually got some a little bit of a decrease in the selling pressure on the histogram potentially, as it does look like this candle on the histogram actually was the exact same selling pressure according to the previous day. And if you look at all the other days, the selling pressure is just gradually increasing. So this might be an early sign that we might slowly start to see that orange try to get over the blue and to get that golden cross. The RSI is trending up on the daily. I do like that. It hit the bottom to the exact at 30, and we did bounce off that quite nicely. If you do look in the past when we were at that RSI level previously, it was all the way over here, which was a not a bad time to buy in, as it did rip up to that $775 level if you really held through the thick and thin. But you definitely can't just buy off the RSI on its own. But as of right now, I want to see this wedge be respected. Until then, we can expect some consolidation and just it to play out within this until eventually it wants to break to the upside, right, or the downside. So we will have to watch on that to see what it does. But as of right now, I'm definitely going to wrap up the video because I don't want to waste any of your guys' time. If you appreciate these kind of videos, please like and subscribe, as I am making these kind of videos daily. So with that being to the side, have a good day. I do mean that genuinely. Take it easy, guys.